What's going on, everybody? My kings and my queens, how you guys doing? I want to talk to you about something. Did you know the number one cause of death is giving up? Did you know the average man and woman dies from this disease called giving up? So don't ever listen to those that say it's too late. Because as long as you have a breath, you have a chance. As long as you have a heartbeat, you have a chance. As long as you believe in yourself, even though the whole world or your friends and family have turned their back on you, you have a chance. You may say, John, I dropped out of high school. I messed up so much. If you have a breath, you have a chance. You may say, John, I messed up with my son. I wasn't there as a father. If you have a breath, you have a chance. Well, I messed up as a mother. I didn't do things by the book. There is no manual to life. If you have a breath, you have a chance. John, I look back all these years that gone by, partying and just being lackadaisical and procrastinating and hesitating. If you have a breath, you still have a chance. But God won't forgive me. I've done so much wrong. If you have a breath, you have a chance. It's only over when you stop breathing. Only in the grave, it's game over. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. So I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to the men of skill, but time and chance happened to them all. Time and chance is still around the corner in your favor. If you have a breath, you have a chance. Don't give up. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of man snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Verse 18, wisdom is better than the weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how strong you are, where you come from, whether you're privileged, whether you have a trust fund, whether you was an orphan, whether you was born in poverty. None of this matters. The battle's not to the swift or the strong. The race happens to all. Chance is given to all. No favor, no skill. If you have one breath, you have one chance. So every time we breathe, we're breathing in a chance. We're breathing out a chance. These are chances that you should be taking. These are chances that you should be taking advantage of. Doesn't matter if you started off with a group of friends last year and you fast forward it to this year and they're so far ahead of you. If you have a breath, you have a chance. Doesn't matter if you're looking at all your homegirls and they're getting married before you and you're still single, probably just waiting. If you have a breath, you have a chance. You're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, and you feel like you wasted your entire life. And when you was growing up, you said you wanted to be a certain somebody, but life happened. Life hit you with that brick, and you settled, and you just settled for less, and you gave up. If you have a breath, you have a chance. The number one cause of death is giving up. Not drugs, not murder, not a car crash. Giving up. Letting go of your dreams, of your hope. Hope is life and life is hope. So if you lose hope, you lose your life. You are dead. Even though you're still breathing. I want to encourage you guys today to don't give up. No matter what the situation looks like. No matter what Goliaths and walls of Jericho and armies of pharaohs that are coming against you, plagues and setbacks, betrayals and falls. Yes, I've fallen, but I could get back up. Yes, I may have lost my job and the bills are piling up and I just don't know what to do. I called all my friends and I called my mothers and I called my neighbors, and everybody is so busy. I can't even get advice from the people that said, call me if you need something. I will be there for you. And the day came that I needed them to be there for me and they wasn't there. If you have a breath, you have a chance. And all you need is yourself. All you need is your breath. As long as my heart is still beating, I'm going to get back up and keep fighting. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to keep believing because I have a chance. And no matter what my situation may look like, let this encourage somebody. No matter what the naysayers said, no matter what verbal abuse I have taken in my life that people made me believe, because faith comes by hearing what? The word. So every time someone says negative things and I'm hearing it over and over, next thing you know, I'm believing exactly what they're speaking of me. I'm not beautiful, I'm ugly, because that's what they said. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough this and I don't have enough that. And I look at my family and no one has that either. And I look at my uncles and my nieces and my grandfathers and my grandmothers on my father's side and my mother's side, and everybody seems to not accomplish nothing. So my mom had divorce and I should have divorce because that's what society says. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I'm going to be just like your father in the penitentiary. Or you know what? You're no good just like your brother. You're going to be a stripper just like your older sister, because that's what life has gave us. These are the short ends of the stick that life has given us. But I'm here to give you the most powerful, inspirational word you could ever hear in your life. You determine your outcome. Your heart has been broken and you feel like I will never love again. And every time I try this new guy down the block, and every time I try this new sweetheart, the girl next door, and they end up doing the same thing to me. And I remember calling them and telling them that before I give my heart to you, that, you know, my past relationships hurt me and abused me, and they did this to me and they did that, and please promise me that you won't do the same. And they lied to you. I will never hurt you in that way. And then they do the exact same thing that you told them will hurt you in your past. And it makes your heart wax cold, and you just don't believe you could trust again, and you just don't believe you could love again. Don't give up. Because when you give up, you lose hope. And when you lose hope, you lose your life. You are a dead man and woman walking. If you have a breath, there is still a chance. No matter what you're facing, no matter what. Repo, eviction notice, incarceration, unemployment, disease, cancer, abuse, abandonment. No matter what, there is a hope. If you have the will to keep on living, there is a hope. If you have the strength to keep on breathing, there is a chance. If you can find the courage to fight through the broken pain in your heart. Someone told me to pray for her. Said, John, can you pray for me? My heart has been so broken. Every relationship I ever been in, they all broke it. I never met a man that would treat me like a queen or be a gentleman. Every single man has hurt me and broken me. I'm just giving up on the whole entire human race of man. And I told her, don't you let defeat have the satisfaction of watching you with your head down. You have to be the king and the queen that the world needs. Somebody's watching you. Even if you don't even know it. A little kid, a little baby. Somebody's watching you. Did you give up? If you have a breath, you have a chance. Be encouraged. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. Keep fighting the good fight of survival in general. You know this life is hard. Nobody ever said life was going to be easy. We all made mistakes. I will never judge you or point my finger at you. I'm no better than you. We all made mistakes. We all have fallen short of the glory of God. For every man, its righteousness is a dirty rag in the eyes of the Father. Everybody's a judge to you, but they are lawyers to themselves. What are you hiding in your skeleton closet that you're too prideful to let out to the world to see? Because you know if you confess it, you will have to say sorry to everybody else you judged. And you never gave them an opportunity. Because so what? They showed up with a little bit of dirt on them. So what? They showed up with a little bit of baggage. So what? They showed up with a little bit of bad records. If they have a breath, they have a chance. And nobody on earth is entitled to have the authority or the power of control to determine who gets a chance and who doesn't, who gets an opportunity and who doesn't. If you believe in yourself, you can fight. And if you can fight, you can survive and you can win. You might have got hit. You may have got elbowed. And your back may have been against the wall. And the blood may come down. And the tears may come down. And the drool may come down. And the sweat is just pouring all down. And you don't know how to survive. You don't know when your next check is gonna come. You got bills and you just don't know how to make ends meet. Because even if you work overtime, even if you work 2 or 3 jobs, even if you borrow money, you still are not making ends meet. You're still coming up short-handed. There is no life manual to life. There is no preparation course for life. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being so hard on yourself. Don't wait for someone to say, I'm proud of you. Don't wait for someone to say you're doing a good job. Look in the mirror and say, man, for the cards that I was dealt, I've done all right for myself. I can't judge my progress according to the progress of others because they started out better than me. I came from a broken home and they had their mothers and fathers. I had to buy my own first car, but their grandmas and uncles chipped in and bought their first car. I was taking the bus to college and they're pulling up in brand new 2018s and 2016s and whatever the year was at the time. I wish I was a man like him, but he had a great father to teach him and you had a deadbeat. I'm a single mother because I don't know what a man is and I'm trying to find what love is supposed to be, and every man just wants to lay on top of me and use me. But if I had a father, I would know the game. I would know how to work the game and no fella will be able to lie to me. But you see, you can't judge yourself with the beginnings of others. Your life is your life. Their life is their life. And sure, they may have born privilege. And sure, they may have been born with a little bit of extra help. But here's what it says. The race is not given to the swift. I don't care how fast you are. The battle's not to the strong. I don't care how mighty you are. The bread is not to the wise. I don't care how smart you are. The riches is not for the man of understanding. I don't care how much knowledge and background and degrees you have. The favor is not for the man of skill. So I don't care how good you are and how better you are. Because with time and with chance happen to them all. With time, my time is yet to come. In due season, my time will come. If I keep on breathing, if I keep on letting my heart beat, if I keep on believing and just striving forward and pressing with my breath of life, that means I have a chance in a due season. For I'm blessed coming out and I'm blessed going in and I'm blessed in the city and I'm blessed in the field. Don't let nobody tell you ain't good enough. And if you never heard it before, you're beautiful. I love you. You're smart. You're great. You're amazing. Greatness is inside of you. You are a somebody. Stop waiting for a title to be considered a somebody. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Stop waiting for your job to recognize you. Stop waiting for the application, the employee to call you back and offer you the position. Stop getting depressed and stop beating yourself up with low self-esteem and stop getting discouraged just because you can't succeed the first time. Thomas Edison didn't create the light bulb on the first try. It took him over 1,000 tries, and he had many men work for him. See, they don't tell you this in history, but he had many employees that was helping him. Nobody does it by themselves. I believe in you. Go now. Change the world. Keep on fighting. And if somebody says, come back next year, or come back when you have experience, you tell them, the day I get the experience, the day I get everything you want from me, you'll be the last person I see. Because if you can't believe in me now, I don't need you to believe in me then. I will make my own way. I will fight my own battle. And I will keep holding on strong. And I'm not going to give up. Because I know the day I give up is the day I die. So if I have one breath, I have a chance. Share this with everybody that's giving up. Share this. Please support me and share this with everybody if you think they need it. Even if you don't know anybody, just put it on your wall. Maybe somebody scrolling down the newsfeed is suicidal and depressed, and they just don't know. They've been walking through the tunnel for 5 years, 10 years, 8 years, and they, Lord, where is the light? I can't even see how far I came because it's so dark. I can't even see any hope in front of me because it's so dark. When is enough enough? I've been holding on to the word, and I've been holding on to the faith because I want to please you, but you're not answering my prayers, God, and I'm not getting healed on time, and you're not making ways for me, and I'm falling short, and I'm starving. I can't afford to pay my bills, and everybody that's looking up to me, I'm letting them down, and now they're leaving me. The battle is not to the strong. The race is not to the swift. The bread is not to the wise. The favor is not to those who have understanding. Not even to those who have skill. Wisdom is better than the weapons of warfare. One sin destroyeth much. So how do you win? Whether God answers your prayers or not, you keep pushing forward and you be a good person. Whether you're winning and succeeding, you keep your integrity. You know what integrity is? I'm going to do what's right, whether I'm getting paid, rewarded, recognition, accolades, whether people are looking or not. In my darkest moment, I'm going to hold on to my integrity. I do this for me. I hustle for my last name, not my first. And if I never get the props and respect and the credit I deserve, then so be it. Because you ain't gonna make me, and you ain't gonna break me. If I have a breath, I have a chance. So don't waste your breath. I believe. I will not give up. I am somebody. He broke my heart, but I am special. She cheated on me, but I am a good man. They divorced me, but I know I was a good wife and a good husband. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name, man. I love you guys so much.